now that Ancelotti officially beat Guardiola,
Yeah.
I mean,
After City, you're talking about the City game, huh?
Yeah, the City game, the most recent one. So many people say that Ancelotti is a better coach than Guardiola. I personally, like I told you last time when we had the debate, I would still go with Guardiola, but when it comes to the Champions League, or if, let's say if it comes to a one competition, a cup match, right, or one game in the Champions League, I would still choose Ancelotti over Guardiola.
And you would choose Ancelotti?
I would, bro. I would.
I think I would still go for Guardiola, dude. And I think that the reason why I would go for Guardiola is because I think that season Guardiola has had a disastrous season.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Disastrous.
And if you look at the teams that have been in Guardiola, you know, you look at Liverpool, for example, they just beat them. Real Madrid just beat them, right?
Yeah.
And then even Arteta beat them. And I'm not saying none of those three teams beating Real Madrid wasn't, you know, merit to them.
Yeah,
I just also think that, you know, Guardiola's tenure at Man City's right now has helped.
Yeah.
You know, the rivals in so many ways because, dude, when was the last time you saw Guardiola getting trashed so bad by his opponents or by rivals?
Teams.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah,
you know, like I said, before the Champions League game, Man City had just gotten beaten 5-1, right?
Yeah.
By Arsenal. And I'm not saying Arsenal is not good this season because they are.
Yeah, I think they've been good.
But and so has Real Madrid, right? Real Madrid, I believe that Real Madrid is Real Madrid in the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
But Real Madrid has been on and off in certain games. You know, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. And that was the reason why we thought that Man City was going to be able to do something a little bit better.
Yeah.
But man, the City make it so easy and has made it so easy for its opponents, you know, to be able to beat them this season and allow
For them
to
to
do
get
the
beaten.
defense.
But you know, and I'm not just saying this because, you know,
Regarding this season.
you're just saying that because, you know, Ancelotti just beat Guardiola and Real Madrid just knocked out City out of the Champions League. No, remember we talked about this and I told you when we had the debate over Guardiola and Ancelotti. For me, if you give me a team and then you tell me, okay, here's the team, right? And I want you to build me a project, a long-term project. I don't care about the short-term success. I don't care about that. Just build me a team. I want an identity for my team. I want a playing style for my team. That coach for me will be Guardiola. Now, if you were to go ahead and get the top 6 teams, any of the top 6 teams in the world right now, which would be, well, it would be Liverpool, Barca, Real Madrid, who else? Arsenal, maybe you can throw in the right City. And then what other team can you throw in the top 6? So top 5 of the teams in the world.
Let's say Inter,
maybe, yeah, maybe.
They're kind of like those. Yeah,
let's just say let's just say those top 5 teams, and then here comes the coach and tells you, okay, I don't care about a playing style. I don't care about a long-term project. I just want you to go ahead and get me as far as you can in the Champions League. What those top 5 teams? For me, that coach would be Ancelotti.
So for you would put Ancelotti number 1.
Yeah. When it comes to like I said, when it comes
but let's
to
just say overall right now in general, like somebody tells you, let's say for whatever reason, you know, let's say you're the owner of a club, you can go for any coach in the world right now. It doesn't matter, playing style doesn't matter. It's just about the coach you prefer. Who are you going for?
But like I said,
no, forget playing style.
but it depends though. It depends what that team wants.
Well, what do you want as a club owner?
Like if I were a club owner, I would want a long-term project. For me, and I told you, for me still, Guardiola's number 1.
Yeah.
I still think Guardiola's number 1 and Ancelotti's number 2, but I get why many people say they prefer Ancelotti over Guardiola.
No, you know what?
I get it why.
To me, look, it's gonna be kind of weird. Not weird, but it's gonna be kind of funny how I'm gonna reference this because when I see Ancelotti and Guardiola as managers of football, honestly, I will have to make an example of Messi and Ronaldo, right? It just kind of becomes who you prefer. Yeah. For me, right Guardiola, now, right? And I can tell you why I prefer Guardiola. The reason why I prefer Guardiola is because a lot of people will go ahead and say, well, you know, that dude always goes to the transfer market. Okay, but which top team doesn't?
Yeah, that's true.
Klopp did it with Liverpool. Jose Mourinho did it and has done it.
Yeah.
You know, Ancelotti has done it.
Yeah, he just got Mbappe.
He just got Mbappe, whether he was free or not, whatever. But
they were going to pay 200 million.
Yeah, they were going to spend 200 million. And then they also paid, let's not forget, they paid 80 million for Tuchamendi.
80 million.
Camavinga. You know, technically speaking, he's had to rebuild. And that's okay. I'm not judging them. You know, and then we look at City, right? Everybody says, oh, you know, City, you know, Guardiola's always spending. But which top, you know, club isn't spending, and that's just the reality of it, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Barcelona had to spend, and even when they were broke, Barcelona spent.
Had to spend.
So what that being said is, the reason why I like Guardiola is because I feel that he's transitioned to the game into something that maybe a lot of people, coaches, and the world of football had never seen before, which is putting a center back as a CDM, right? Yeah. Bringing up more players from La Masia, from La Cantera, and trying to evolve from there with young players, you know. And I feel Amy creating certain other positions for certain players that maybe certain players would have never even thought about playing.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it's just the playing style that he has, the
playing
mentality that he has,
well,
and I also feel that, and anybody can say this, right? Because a lot of people will say, "Oh, I don't want Guardiola." Dude, would you really not want Guardiola for your team? Because I feel that if a if a club owner signs Guardiola, bro, from that point on, it may not be 1 or 2 seasons, but you know that the best thing that can happen to your club is that they're going to be very competitive within the short or long term.
So a lot of people say this, and this is the
and I'm not saying Ancelotti is not either.
Yeah,
I think so too.
So a lot of people's counter argument to that is this: Ancelotti's better because Ancelotti doesn't need to spend money every single transfer window to win.
Okay, okay. Let me just interrupt you there. What happened? And this was what Xavi's first season.
Yeah, which one?
With Barcelona.
When he spent money?
No. When he didn't spend as much money, but how many trophies did he win at Real Madrid? Because let's not forget that Ancelotti went. Yeah, let's not forget that Ancelotti went trophyless for Real Madrid,
and that was that season where they first got to Chamandi, Camavinga, right?
Something like that, right? I can't really pinpoint it, but I know this was the first season. It was a season under Ancelotti where he won 0 trophies.
That was when that was when Xavi won the Liga.
And Supercopa, right?
Yeah, and I think that's when Real Madrid got knocked out of the Champions League by City 4-0
so
at the Etihad.
So he won. I know there was a season when he won trophies.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying, right? So okay, let's say that Ancelotti didn't go to the transfer market that season. Maybe he was rebuilding. It's okay, bro. Like I always said, just because Guardiola's having a bad season right now, just because Ancelotti had it at Real Madrid, just because Klopp had it
at Liverpool.
And
Dortmund too.
And at Dortmund, right? Doesn't mean that they're bad coaches. Bro, Jose Mourinho, even Jose Mourinho has had bad seasons, bad tensions after going back to Man United, right? According to Man United or club owners, because I don't think he was a bad coach at Man United. With that being said, is I don't judge them based on like 1 or 2 seasons. That's the reason why I don't tarnish the reputation of Ancelotti, Klopp, Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, as I just mentioned. You can't.
So 2 things I want to say to that is, to me, and I told you this, right? I told you, I think, in my opinion, Guardiola made a mistake by going to the transfer window and the winter market.
Right.
I think he should have never spent those.
I agree with you.
Because I think, especially now, bro, like think about it. Spending $200 million in the winter transfer market just to get slaughtered by Real Madrid like that, bro. Because to be honest, bro, Real Madrid could have scored like a lot more goals.
I saw the highlights. I was watching the game, and then I was just.
It's just bad, bro.
I just kind of turned it off. But
it just gives him a bad look. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't mean he's a bad coach. I'm just saying that it gives him a bad look. I think, like you said, he should have just ate the season as a bad season, and just just touch bases again in the summer transfer market, and spend big there. To see which players need to be there, which players don't need to be there. And transform the team again.
I think I would have just left after the Champions League treble.
Like you said too, like last season.
Been it for me if I was Guardiola.
Last season he was thinking about leaving, and maybe this is an indication that he should have left. Maybe he should have listened to his gut, and he should have just left City when he won the last season because he still won the Premier League.
He won the treble, bro. He won the treble.
Last season he won. No.
The season before that, look, he won the treble.
Before that,
and then he came last season, right?
Same as the Champions League.
And right, he got eliminated by Real Madrid
penalties. Yeah.
And then he wins the 4th Premier League in a row.
Yeah, he won the Premier League.
That's never done before.
And that's coming back 10 points behind Arsenal, I think.
Yeah, Arsenal was knocking on the door. They were kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
wait, hold on. Let me interrupt you. Okay, so the second.
No.
Before I lose my train of thought, for the second thing, I wasn't throw this at you. No, I was gonna throw this at you. Okay, so let's go back to remember I told you the top 5 teams. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's say you had the top 5 teams in the world. Okay, and let's say the goal was to win a Champions League with those top 5 teams. Which coach would you go ahead and prefer, or you think win more Champions Leagues in one season with those top 5 teams? Let's say Ancelotti versus Guardiola, right? Top 5 teams in the world, and I'm gonna give you Real Madrid, Barca, City, Liverpool, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw Arsenal in there. Okay, those top 5 teams. You have one season. Which coach do you think will win more Champions Leagues in that season?
Man, it's
between Ancelotti and Guardiola.
But it's hard.
Oh, Bayern! I forgot Bayern.
Oh yeah, Bayern.
Let's throw Bayern number 6.
I think it's kind of hard. The Champions League, bro. The Champions League is a very hard competition.
It's
right?
prestigious.
It is. No.
It's like the World Cup.
It is, but and Guardiola said this some time ago. He said that in the Champions League, you gotta have luck, just like in the World Cup.
That's true.
You gotta have luck. How you get there, right?
Yeah.
How you get there in the competition. Like let's say, let's say you have a prime Cristiano Ronaldo for the quarterfinals, right? But
let's
for whatever
just
reason
say
he gets injured. It's a lot of factors that go into it.
no, that's true. But let's just say you have right now the teams how they are right now.
Okay, so
Those
you have
teams.
Arsenal, Bayern right now. You have Barca,
Real Madrid.
and then who's
City.
and City.
Yeah.
Which coach would I place there?
Yeah, and let's throw number 7 in there. Actually, PSG. Let's just throw PSG in there.
PSG.
So let's just throw those.
So I can choose. Yeah, I'm going for Guardiola.
You think Guardiola will win more Champions Leagues with those 7 teams?
I think so.
I think Ancelotti, bro.
You think so?
I think he'll win more Champions League.
Tell me the clubs that you think Ancelotti will.
Okay, first Real Madrid, of course.
Right, yeah.
So I can see Ancelotti winning the Champions League with Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Ancelotti winning the Champions League with Liverpool. I can see Ancelotti winning the Champions League with PSG. I could see him. I could see Ancelotti winning the Champions League with Bayern Munich. Too.
With these current squads?
Yeah, with these current squads. I can see him winning the Champions League with Bayern Munich too. With Barca too, bro. I can see Ancelotti because Barca right now, how they're playing on the fleek, they throw little counterattacks in there too, right? And Ancelotti is kind of like that, solid in the back and counterattack.
But that's fair, like I said, if you believe
City
that,
too, bro. I honestly could see
Ancelotti. With this current squad?
I think
with
so,
this current
bro.
Squad?
I think
don't
so.
think so, dude.
I think so too, bro. Look,
This current squad is an aging squad for
it is, that's true. But you know what? The reason why I'm telling you, and this is just for the Champions League, the reason why I'm saying that is because I think Guardiola needs his playing style. Because Guardiola, and we've said this, he could be kind of stubborn, bro.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Xavi was.
Yeah,
right?
for Barcelona.
It's just his playing style. So I think for Guardiola, it will take time for the players to understand his playing style. For the players to be able to follow his directions on the pitch. So that's the only reason why. And I think Ancelotti does have the ability to go ahead and just work with what he has. I want to reiterate this. I still have Guardiola first, and I will have Ancelotti.
I think it just becomes a preference. I think I like Guardiola more because from what I believe is what he's done for the game.
Yes, that's what I was going to get to too. So Guardiola has transformed the game.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Coming from the back, he's transformed the game. False 9, other switching players from one position to the next. So me, I will go Guardiola first because for me, I like long-term projects. I like teams to have an identity, to have a playing style. So for me, Guardiola's first. But just to end it, I understand why people say I want Ancelotti on my team.
Yeah, I don't think there's a.
That's a wrong choice, basically.
Bro, it's because Ancelotti, and I like Ancelotti as a coach too, bro. I think he's really good. He's had some bad luck at
Yeah,
that's when me and you laugh when they fired Ancelotti at PSG, dude. It's like, dude, do you guys not know who you guys have? Who do you guys think you guys are gonna get better than Ancelotti at that time, bro?
PSG.
It just shows you,
Chelsea too, bro.
Chelsea. Did he coach Chelsea?
Yeah.
This was Hooding, whatever his name is.
No, it was after him.
Oh.
It's Ancelotti coached Chelsea when Ancelotti went against Mourinho's Inter.
Imagine that, bro.
And he got eliminated by Mourinho's Inter, and I think after that they fired him, bro. Look what Chelsea and PSG are at now,
did
though.
Bayern fire Ancelotti, or they?
Yeah, so I think with Bayern, bro, I think he left because I think it was mutual consent with Bayern.
Yeah,
and
but it just wasn't working out, right?
It wasn't working out because he wasn't really like I think it was the heavyweights in the locker room like Thomas Müller and I forget who else were having issues with Ancelotti. That's the reason. It's just politics, bro. It's politics. But they say that Bayern is a very political team as well.
Yeah,
it's a very political club. But anyways, like look at Chelsea and PSG are at now, right? That proves our point.
Yeah.
Why Ancelotti is a good coach. Had they stuck with Ancelotti, they would have been better off. Right
Look,
now.
like I said, I think it just becomes a preference of choice.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Guardiola over Ancelotti, but doesn't mean that I'm thinking that Ancelotti is nowhere near Guardiola. I also gotta give Ancelotti his credit, bro. I think he is. For me, it's like right there. For me, honestly, bro, it's like just talking about Messi and Ronaldo in terms of managers. Who you prefer? Me, I prefer Messi, but a lot of people will prefer Ronaldo. That's okay. You cannot argue with Ancelotti either, bro.
I agree, bro.